Hi, this is Jordan Kimmel, market strategist and portfolio manager at ValueEngine Capital. And I wanted to take a few minutes to share really what I think is one of the crowning achievements of a long career that I've had on Wall Street. And what it is, it's a new model that I created 15 full years ago, went into operation about 11 years ago, and it's called FACS. Fax is a model that blended the original magnet stock selection process that I've written books about, going back 25 years. During the height of the financial crisis, it was very obvious there was a real breakdown in trust, and in trust in Wall Street and in trust in big business. And what I did with a group of consultants and experts in the fields that I was really not familiar with, corporate governance, transparency, sustainability of operations, we developed a new model and bolted on to Magnet extra financials, which help us to identify the most trustworthy companies in America. And when we did this, a lot of people stood back and said, how could you measure trust? In fact, what is trust? And it led us on this long quest with all these different data sources that each specialize in a particular area. There's niche industries showed up after Enron and WorldCom that began to look at corporate governance, began to look at accounting conservativeness, began to look at board membership levels, and sustainability of operations. What we did is we blended this together using a team, the same team, in fact, which helped me with the magnet model. And what we found is that it's another lens of looking at quality. And if you ask the academics and the consultants in the financial business, there are a couple of main factors that have been proven to be helpful in terms of understanding what drives markets and isolate what we call alpha. And what's interesting is that nobody ever addressed the issue of trust and trustworthiness of public companies. So while there could be a debate about who's got the best value model, who's got the best growth model, who's got the best momentum model, one thing is clear is that other folks have looked at things like sustainability according to ecology or the environment. Or recently, in the last couple of years, a movement showed up called ESG. Well, FACS is not ESG specifically, it's not, although it encompasses a lot of things that the kind of thoughtful quality other managers look at. But what I find is fascinating is that FACS itself, completely quantitative, cuts through the questions of whether boards are independent or not, whether in fact companies are willing to sign on to certain programs where they need to be transparent in terms of their own operations. And what's interesting is that FACS was developed about 11 years ago. We spent a couple of years actually with teams building it before we started managing money with it. Of course, people said, will it work? Well, we started with our own money as usual. Years ago, a group called Index One, based out of London, created an index which actually can be tracked, and I'll share the link on this video. One of the things is that we also, using Magnet, screen out high PE, high price to sales companies. So our achievements have been without a lot of the companies that have been leading the market over the last few years. We think the right benchmark, frankly, is the Russell 1000 value. But what we looked, everyone seems to benchmark against the S&P 500. We are now showing, after 11 years, the only diversified index that I could find which has actually outperformed the S&P. It literally is trouncing the Russell 1000 value, which is appropriate because we just don't have high PE and high glamour stocks, unprofitable companies that have led the market in certain cycles. So right now, the FACTS model, FACTS, financial stability, accounting conservativeness, corporate governance, transparency, and sustainability of operations has been built into a separately managed account that has been available now on the nation's largest platform. So other registered investment advisors are using it for their clients. We're happy to share it. The most important thing for me right now is not the old goal of Magnet, which is the highest performance in the country, which we were able to luckily achieve for a period of time. This is more of a model of eating well and sleeping well. Most of these companies are paying dividends. It's the more mature, mid cap, large cap segment of the market. But the most important factor is everything pivots off the trustworthiness, this model we created with our team and various consultants. So that's what FACTS is. Please, if you have any interest in it, you could check it through us. You could invest in it through other RIAs. Log on, get a link to the index, watch it. And if there's anything we can do, we'd love to share it. My goal right now, as opposed to having the highest return in the country, is rebuilding trust back in Wall Street and back in business. And that's what my whole goal and the rest of my career is going to be based on. Thanks once again. It's Jordan Kimmel, and we look forward to sharing more and hearing from you. Thanks again.